Oh, shit, baby! Phoenix! My boy! Okay. You got a different soundtrack? Wait, it's the girl. It's the girl. Thank you. It's the girl from the first game, you know, the final one. Oh, it's a handsome man. It's a homeless man. God, this song kind of bangs. You know what I'm saying? Why is Z back to the title? That's so strange. Alright, well. I guess, as a wise man once said, no better time than the present. Let's get this shit started. Woo! Capcom 2007 to 2024, hey? We're excited here. Turnabout Trump. No way. Is it about my boy? Okay. We're at like a shady deal. Showdown time. You lose. Bang! Ah! Oh, he's pissed. Eek! She is absolutely furious. He's murdered her over a card game. What's it? Okay. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring, ring. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. In your hands? I'm in your hands should it come to that. Oh my god, at least it hasn't changed. April 20. 9:37 AM. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Panicked. Palm sweating. I can admit, I'm nervous. Ah, good morning. Hello. Good morning, sir. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Wound up, sir? No, I'm loose. Oh, I'm fine. That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial and it's homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine. I'm gonna put 5 AM to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to you. Hey! No, I'm just ill. Shut up, man. I did it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. And I get you. Drift gotten, sir. I'm all over that drift. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing for our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. Okay. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants me to help him out. Of course! And so I'll do, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. Homeless man. Hello. Whoa! Good morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial. Nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help. So, you're... Fine. I'm fine. Mr. Fine, is it? I didn't remember you having an odd name. Shut up, idiot. Well, we're off to a great start. Not quite. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend. So why? You'll see. You're kind of handsome. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, it's time. Shall we? Yes, sir. Sir? No, it's not sir. It's just yes. He's not your boss. You only call him sir, okay? First Joel. Here comes justice. Is that our catchphrase? Because if so, that sucks. I hate that a lot. Apollo. Nice. April 20th, 10 AM. District Court courtroom. Numero dos. The court is now in session. At least the judge is still here. Maya's gone. Phoenix is gone. But at least the judge is here. And this guy. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is fine. I mean ready, Your Honor. Buddy, cut it up with the fine. Mind going blank. Don't panic. Too late. Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strange. Ahem, Mr. Gavin. Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However... the badge! Present the badge! However, a defense attorney must always cede to his client's wishes. My client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice. But to trust his case to this greenhorn, why? Buddy, no, his name is Justice. Oh my god. I don't elaborate when I say you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. What about Phoenix? How dare you? Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience. Fine. But does he have cords of steel? Nah, you do. So court record is E instead of tab. Do we know who we got? Okay. We got Gavin, 32, question mark, Shaddy Smith, and Mr. fucking Wayne. He's getting so old, bro. Oh! Let's present the badge. 2 AM. This was the crime scene. Okay. Then let's begin the defendants may enter the room. Okay. Hello! Name and occupation, please. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we're to be again under these circumstances. Long time no see. Mr. Right! Wait! That's Phoenix! What? No! What happened to Phoenix? My boy! No! My boy! No, what happened to my boy? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright. Piano player? No, you're Phoenix Wright, the defense attorney. What happened? Mr. Wright, how could this have happened? What happened? I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. To think, I saw you entered this court of an attorney, and now I'll see you leave in chains. Ah, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see. Ahem. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him. Wham! On the head. Smack! Killed him cold. A customer at a restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was... the pianist for the club, it seems. Phoenix Wright. A pianist? This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. So he's 8. It's probably supposed to be wine, but because it's a kid's game. The court accepts this as evidence. Deadly bottle. Okay. Bears the defendant Mr. Wright's prints. That's not good, Phoenix. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filled in the court record. Make practice of checking it frequently. The court record. Right. I've heard of that. Use... Yeah, okay. I'm confident in your ability to handle this. Right. Just use E. Yep. So let's take a tap for some hands-on action. So the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shaddy Smith fellow? We believe he was a traveller, Your Honor. A traveller? According to this passport, he was been out of the country for a number of years. He'd only returned to his country recently. His place of residence is unclear. And he had some sort of connection with the defendant? That too is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Boat Club on the night of the club crime. Nice. If they'd only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing. Yeah, that doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the murder had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. Well, that's rude! At least not piano playing. I'll just try to explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime. Okay. Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself. Is it? Indeed, it appears our defendant has fallen to the basest sort of criminal. Phoenix! Objection! Oh god. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that. A game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor. A competition? Yes. Oh! So I can read what has been said if I miss something. That's helpful as... Yes, a test of wits. A silent clash of passion. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again? The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defendant was waxing poetic. What? I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women. That'll be our first order of business here then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Alright, Phoenix. Spill the beans, King. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. Look at my boy! What happened to my boy? He's fallen so far. Look at him. Not well trimmed. Oh, not well groomed. Phoenix. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. Witness testimony. The competition. I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. Phoenix, come on, no, you have faith. Have more faith in yourself, King. My role job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. And the customers are happy. Okay. No, I agree with Phoenix. I believe you, Phoenix. Don't worry, King. A pianist who can't play piano. Better than a defense attorney who can't defend. Shut up, you idiot. I'm going to punch you in the face. Phoenix could defend. He's the best. The defense may cross-examine. Right, Your Honor. Buddy, you gotta stop. You gotta take a breath, my friend. Take a deep breath. You're okay, okay? Don't worry about it. My first cross-examination. Don't blow it. Are you alright? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? Oh my god. It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds straight and raspy too. I'm just ill, man. Alright? Leave me alone. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Nah. I got this, dude. No need for help here, sir. I think I've got this. Yeah, exactly. I think you'd better do. I think you'd better. You better do more than think. You know it, or you do not. I'm fine. Court is still ready for battle. My weapons: press and present. Find any inconsistencies and lies. Yeah, I know how to play the game. Okay. This consideration. Learn it, know it, do it. Yes, sir. Inconsistencies, lies. Phoenix, right? As if. This hope would never lie. It's up to me to prove it. This guy has a very big admiration for Phoenix, which is valid. I wonder what happened to Phoenix. I wonder why he's not doing this himself. The defense may begin the cross-examination. That's cool. I like that. I like the little things up here and here. You're a pianist by trade. Let's possess. Hold it! You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes, when customers demand it. So I'll play them one song. That's usually all they want. Is that supposed to be a boast? I think it was. The title of pianist is a mask. A respectable face I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bowl Club? My job is to take on interested customers over the poker table. Hold it! They pay you just to play poker? That would seem to be the case. I'm a professional after all. Bah! Do I just have pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest hardworking member of society like me to imagine. Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston. Damn! Phoenix cooking Winston! What? I played poker for 7 years in that little room. 7 years? How old are you, Phoenix? Do we have age? Was he 26? So wait, he got fired the same, what? I played poker for 7 years in that little room. I'm confused, because wasn't he 26 in the last case of Trials and Tribulations? Which must mean... I'm trying to work this out. If Phoenix was he must have done something to get fired, maybe? Okay, we'll figure it out. And I never lost once. The goat, just like in court, hey? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. I bet it is. That is, I'm quite a draw. Yeah, you are, Phoenix. That's my king right there. Phoenix, right? The ace detective. Ace attorney. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. I've played for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? I believe it. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attraction. That's sad as fuck. The room with the crime scene photo is an attraction? It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? Or in the past. Things like black markets are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice it to say, that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoky room. Gambling goods. You know, just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the glass, cutting deals safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through a small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout. You right? Threw out a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. Alright, Phoenix, I believe you. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. 2 decks of cards? That's a measure to prevent cheating. That's fair. Am I supposed to present something to the Phoenix? Why do we not know how old this guy is? Boss at Gavin Law Offices. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. Something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crown being painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we use two types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, other deck was blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5 card hands. I can see how it would be easier to cheat. Yes, a game of hands. Huh? This competition you're talking about, I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game, after all. Are you sure? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. I was testifying about the competition that night. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. I completely let that one slip by. Don't despair yet, Justice. Look at Phoenix, helping him out. Sir? Right. Something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure. Why not? Okay, Phoenix, tell us what's going on. Very well. The defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press, and I've got myself a whole new testimony. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Objection! Your prints are on the thing! So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon, this grape juice bottle. Right? So I said. Something get the matter, Mr. Justice? Too bad I do defense attorney and have learned how to play dumb. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Phoenix! Objection! No need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. Sorry, I got too excited. Excessing yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case as well. But what about my call to steal? Anyway, what's so strange about fingerprint on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that is true. Objection! They wouldn't prove a thing if they were double fingerprints. Huh? But the fingerprints on a bottle were upside down. That means he would have grabbed it like he was going to whack someone on the head with it. Upside down. What does that mean? It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there could only be one reason for that. Yes. To brain someone with the bottle. Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse. Oh? I see no problem, Justice. Huh? The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on the bottle to this court? I stand on my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case. I'm uncooperative because he's hard or something. There must be some reason. Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what would that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported? It was Phoenix. Well, that was the defendant. Well, why would he report his own murder? Wouldn't he want to just, you know, get out of there? Really? Yes. Well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone. Near the scene? Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room with a basement, 2 floors down from the ground level. Of course, the phone's reception is so far down. Yep. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground and then made the call. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant. I see. And this is the phone that made the call? Okay. His right servant adds the clock record. The defendant could have just fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. Yet he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he's being uncooperative? Erk. Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being. Toyed? I assure you, no one was serious about... What was it you said? The defendant was in the room if I remember the crime occurred? How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The extra simply, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness. You're as good as I say you are. Someone else was in the room. This was the person who killed Phoenix. Or who killed Phoenix? Phoenix not dead. This is one who killed the person instead of Phoenix. Everything up to now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. The witness will state her name and profession. Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? Right here? I surmise that she is being frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns. That's mean. Sweet little hair job. Relax, people! Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear on my gavel. Please come out. Is she Russian? Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you are sure it's okay. She's cute though. Ahem. Now, the prosecution. Wait a minute. The prosecution care to explain the witnesses' paraphernalia. Yes. He's a professional, you see, Your Honor. Those are merely tools of a trade. And that would be... My name is Olga Orly. I am employed as a waitress in the Borscht Bowl Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it's my pride to serve the Borscht at its naming restaurant. Body to perform, how is it? Other service. And to get one of those other services is taking the customer's pictures. Da-da! Like, for example, this one. That's the defendant! Indeed, on the night of the murder, man in white hat is one who had gone kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. Alright, Phoenix. Order! Order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. It is the same way as I drop off bowls of board on laps of customers casually. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Will you, Judge? Man, they're just talking. Nothing wrong with that. Now, witness. Where were you at the time of this murder? I was in room. The hideout, we call it. Excuse me? The hideout? It is the room where famous gangster, bad guy, haha, get it, bad guy, was arrested. It is the room where murder took place. What? The look of utter surprise, it is lovely. I will post by courtroom door later for you. Da-da-da! Photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you a copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shaddy, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orly are a witness. And this Wright isn't the killer, that means that she is. Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that event. That fateful night. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for a game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. Duh. The victim. He plays the whole time with head on locket. And then last hand is done. But something terrible has happened. Duh. The man flew flying at victim and is strangling him to death. Well, that's wrong. Instantly, who won the game? Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith. Objection! Objection. That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Ahem. Justice? Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he had lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case in my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. These are the poker chips that laid the run of the crime. There are no chips on the sideboard of the defendant, Mr. Wright. There's on the far sideboard of the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? Duh, I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. I bet you were. I think he means poker face. Yeah, I think so too. Looking at this picture, it does seem that most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. But the question is, how much are these chips compared to these chips? Because if so, just say these are worth 100 and these are worth 10, then 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, yeah. This guy only has 300 while this is 410. But if these ones are like 10 and these ones are 100, then this guy's winning. You know? Chips photo added to the court record. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Well, I already have something to press already. The fateful night. The customer asked me to do cards for a game. Yeah, but hold on. Something terrible has happened. The man flew, strangling him to death. But this evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in the statement. Okay. Well, okay. I went too early. Yeah. Yeah, my bad, man. I made a mistake. I found it. I should have held it at first. The defendant would never do such a thing. You're being biased because you like Phoenix? Eek! Oh no, I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me. Still, why would anyone do something like this over a regular poker? Perhaps it is because the defendant has lost game? Yes, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. So it is always with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall. Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. There were 3 people in the room at the time. The victim, Shaddy, Mr. Wright. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, it has to have been her. And also, the reason her prints aren't on the bottle is because she has gloves on. Oh, I guess we'll just press everything, I guess. For now. You were dealing cards. Do you want to do this often? Duh. I'm doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, and more borscht. It is my work. It's good to hear of a place that it hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. We welcome you to Borscht Club, where Borscht is as warm as was the waitress. Thank you for not handing out flyers during the examination. It is cold. Both players played with hats on. Hold it. It's already April. How could it be cold? At Borge Club, we've promoted our authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme. Outside, it is spring and city. But inside, it is as cold as Mother Russia. So she's Russian. When it comes hot, brusque, cold is best seasoning, da. Hold it. His locket? I believe it was good luck, Chamda. He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, as far as I might carry him to the moon and the stars. That, though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have best lift. That's all like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about, right? I mean, a pen with a picture in it, not a rocket. Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pen that slipped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter what shape it is. It's considered bad form to poke fun at the heart of hearing in our society. Hard of hearing or hard of understanding? Bit of both! What happened next? Last thing. Something terrible happened? Eek! The defense were afraid from the shouting. Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing. Now, alright. I need you to tell what happened! Oh, I was so frightened, da. I trembled with fear. The man flew, but... How do I open up? But... This was the murder weapon. Yeah, death... Maybe I present this. Present the autopsy report instead of the bottle. Oh, really? Strangled, you said? That's odd. No normal customer only took on bush. No, I mean this report shows the victim died of a blow to the head. Ack! Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness this crime? Eek! Good catch. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything. Then how is the bottle the murder weapon then? Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor. His family took out the victim with his hat off during our investigation. Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? His head certainly was hit. No, you're right. But I see that happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in this your own little lie this time. Justice, I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I've had a contradiction. There's one thing in the testimony that troubles me. Very well. It says we shall continue the cross-examination. Such a thing as thinking too much? This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking out loud too much too. Oops. That... Okay. They're both played with hats on. So the victim was looking at his locket the whole time. What locket? I don't see a locket. The victim played with his with hand on locket at his neck. What locket though? Am I blind? Like I don't see any lockets. Wait! Wait! Doesn't Phoenix have this on? Wait! Can I see? Can I like inspect people, please? How do I view people? Cause what the fuck is this? Oh. Let's talk about this badge. How many numbers like it was mine that I'm an attorney? How could I get a happy feeling inside just looking at it? That's new. How do I even do that? The heck? Wasn't really empty. Interesting. No clues here. Wow, the battery's being held with a piece of tape. You should just buy a new one. Maybe you can't afford it. He just doesn't care. That's crazy. But I've seen something. I've seen. I've seen a thing. I don't know how to prove it though. My game just freeze. Chat, my game just froze. Awesome. And I haven't saved either. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. So irritating. I love when it does that. I actually love when it does that. Hopefully it auto-saved because I didn't save. Okay. Alright, come on. Okay, now autosave! Autosave is the fucking greatest thing ever made! Oh my god. That's awesome, dude. Thank god. I was fucking panicking for a second. Okay, anyway. Then something happened terrible. We haven't got the photo of him with a hat on there. Man, present. What's your report? Yeah. Check out what you say, that's odd. Normal customers only take check on board. No, I mean, if the support really shows a victim, yeah. Mr. Orley, really now? You witness a crime? Eek. No, she did not. It doesn't seem like he was hit. Swearing his hat and everything, yet the fact he was hit, Your Honor. Because we have this. Yeah. That's quite shocking, isn't it? His head certainly was hit. Crime photo 2. But I have seen it. The defendant hit lunged at the victim. Yeah. Shut up, lady. Shut up, Ollie. I admire your enthusiasm. Perhaps you should think this through once more. So, I'm guessing Phoenix got the locket somehow. I don't know how. But the victim played with his locket, but here it doesn't have it on. Objection. You know, there was a curious part in the costume testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on his locket at his neck, I believe he said. I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar. No, but look at this photograph. Of what locket? Did you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I need to be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If you're to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite a while to think about it. If the locket is gone, someone's taken it off, no? Taking it off? Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Ah. Irk? Why did bro question mark? Why did bro question his irk? Defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say, there it is on his neck. I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter? Phoenix is a dad? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter? We can put it at the time of the arrest. The picture in the locket is indeed Mr. Wright has a daughter. No, who is the mum? Who is the mate? No, can we see who the mum is? So Mr. Wright does have a locket too. Why don't I buy that? This is just a coincidence. No, I need no. Who is no. Who is Phoenix Wright's mum? No. What mum? Who is Phoenix Wright's what? Who is Phoenix Wright's girlfriend? Who's the mother of Phoenix's child? There. I don't know why I had that so damn difficultly. Alright. First testimony would be necessary. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and defendant. Dun. Okay. Da indeed. I wonder who finishes. I wonder. I'm very confused. Serious competition. Okay. Oh, The game began with 3,500 chips in for each man. House chips come in 2 sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was the victim. I don't believe you. For last hand, defendant played with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and... I don't believe you. No, but I still think these are the... I don't play poker, but I think these are the better ones. I don't know. Possibly a bit of pill to swallow. Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I've done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor. Now I regret what I have done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years. So this testimony must be wrong. He really does believe in Phoenix Wright. That's quite cute. The belief he has in Phoenix. Competition game with 500 points. House just computer as small and large. I wanna press that one. Chips the photos, all the chips that were used. Of course, so she's lying. Especially with these chips. Press harder. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips. Explain? What is there to explain? Shut up, fucking Winton. They are not fish and chip. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? Niet! As I have been saying before, it was a game, not gambling. And perhaps for capitalists to understand. 2,000 chips, 100 points and 1,000 points. See, that's what I'm saying. If the smaller ones were 100, Phoenix is losing. That's not money, duh. Justice, sir, don't you find her comment interesting? I'm always the one, sir. I'd have it added to a testimony myself. Well, does the defense want witness to add to a testimony? Yes, please. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add the testimony. Well, she knew where I was going with this. Just like Phoenix, for real. If you would be so kind. But, Your Honor. Okay, but the question is, how much were they? Mr. Gavin said his testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why. Mr. Justice, do the court favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. We are not in kindergarten. Sorry, I'm fine. I better think of something to ask. Just with chips. Duh. The small ones are 100 and the big ones are 1,000. Right? Right, of course. Ha! Don't waste our time. Is that all? Yeah. Great. Mr. Gavin made me stop her. And now I think I'm the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice. Please try not to embarrass me like that. Huh? Who? Me? There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands. What? It's a matter of calculation. Go on, try it. We're not in kindergarten, after all. Calculation? Hold on. Okay. So if the game began with 500 points in chips for each man. Okay. And then one chip is worth 1,000. One is worth 1,000. Okay. So, are the big ones 1,000? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if it's 3,500 each. No, the little ones are, yeah, that's not, I was. Oh, my monitor's turned off. Interesting. My monitor just unplugged, Jan. Hold on. What the fuck? How did that happen? And why did that happen? God damn it. Fucking monitor just decided that the cord wanted to unplug. Can you not? You shithead. Fucking, there we go. Ugh. Anyway, I was trying to do some maths. So, that's 7,000 chips in total. Hold on, let me make sure. It was 7,000 in total, right? So 3,500 each. Yeah, so that's 7k total. Which means that. So these are definitely a little bit better ones, because this is, so that's 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. So that must mean that you are wrong with this. That's wrong. Objection. You're just wrong. You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure? It seems Anatoly is a bit confused. A glance in the picture is enough to tell you who won if you're not in the kindergarten. Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In the photo I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000? Why, the big ones, of course. Duh. Oh, I thought so too. But the totals don't add up. No, they do not. The totals? Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3.5k chips each. Okay. And the combined total of this would have been 7,000. If my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth, that means there's 100,000 chips. 100,000 total. How much is it? 100,000, right? Do it yourself if you... No, 10,000. Yeah. 10,060 points. Yep. The chip totals don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony. But why? How could this be? Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you're determining the why. Which means Phoenix wasn't losing. So... both were right. Each man began the game with 500. Chips are indeed shown in this photograph. Then there could be only one answer. Well, what is it? Well, all the chips. It was the other way around. What? Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points. Not the big ones. That's what I'm saying. I've been saying this since the beginning. Madness! Utter madness! Show me a photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why? That does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. I did, before you did anyway. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it. Now shut up! But wait. The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing. Indeed. The victim did have the larger number of chips still. Oh. Exactly. The small chips are 1,000 points, and the large chips are 100. Let's do a little math. Add up the points for each of the side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 1,100, and the defendant had 4,100 points. Exactly. Well now, it seems it's all become clear. It seems that Mr. Wright was winning the night of love after all. That's impossible. My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning! Yeah! Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. So why'd you lie, weren't you? Ah! Eek! Order! Order! It appears our friend has lost his motive, and Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness testimony, but... Excuse me? What is it, Mr. Orley? I didn't want to be saying this, but... Actually, you see, See what, Miss Orley? From the last hand, there was cheat. Okay. You're just straight up making shit up now. A trick? Wait. Or do you mean a scam? They're really all the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in last hand. This is why game ends with chips as they are. I don't believe you. Great. Just great. First we have lying, now cheating. Well, this certainly has taken a turn for the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Witness testimony. Okay. Last hand, both men had full house. Is that canon? King, ace, ace, 7, 7, 7. So this guy, the victim, had the winning hand in this lot. If you look back at both men's, cheat is more obvious. The next moment game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took hand in bottle. Poor Mr. Smith. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? I thought I spotted a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. Full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience. That alone is enough to expect. That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics. Mr. Gavin, what's a full house? Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker. I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 pair, 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. It's a 3 of a kind and a pair in one. 2 cards with the same numbers make a pair, 3 yeah. Come on. Good. Now take a picture. Now I take a hand with a pair and a 3 of kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it? You can see each player's hand in this photo. You can. Wow, they both have full houses. You forget, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat. But why would Fate, if he was cheating... Oh, there we go, I can switch the thing. Why would Phoenix, if he was cheating, give himself 2 aces and a 7? Why wouldn't he want this? This is way better than whatever this is. If you did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Yes. Who's ever heard of a professional conman losing when they cheat? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The final hand. Last hand, both men had full house. There is a 4 of each kind. Both hand. Yeah. Alright, sure. I'm gonna press this. But why would he cheat? Oh, okay, well that's not quite... Okay, my bad. I pressed the wrong one then. Well, the front he played a 5th ace. Huh? Is that canon? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Oh yeah. No, you're right. There's only four suits. Okay. Played a 5th ace. A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. 3 aces. Oh shit! Yeah, you're right completely. I did not even notice that. No, but you're lying. No, you're completely lying, because here there's... No, you're lying. You're lying. Because she was a foot. No, you're lying, 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 you're lying. Yeah, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, you are lying. Checkmate, 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 checkmate. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Elizabeth's hand had 3 aces and Mr. Rice. Nope, 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 no! Objection! It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name... Oh, for fuck's sake, shut up. Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo chips, is it not? Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point it out. Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular... I don't... It was right. Had was it the? He said the victim had 3, right? Miss Ollie, in your testimony, you made the following claim: Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only had 2 aces. Eek! Yeah, you fucking cheating bag of shit. Objection! Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question. Taking a look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant had also 2 aces in his hand. But where is his 5th ace? I see cheating, alright. And it's going on right there in this courtroom. Get him, Justice. 2 aces in each hand does make 4 aces total. Yes. Good maths, Judge. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, please. Oh my god, what now, lady? You've been fucking checkmated, bro. I've seen the 5th ace. It was cheating, I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've ever seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts, Mr. Gavin. Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead. Your Honour, if I may, I have a suggestion. What might that be, Mr. Gavin? If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards. The cards? Mr. Payne. Yes. The player's hand that night was set aside as evidence, were they not? The first one request that the cards be shown to the court. Very well, the prosecution will submit this as evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's card? I think I want to view the victim's. Cards I appreciated what's going on, nothing will. Which of these hands is more suspicious? The victim's. It was the victim's card that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well, Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well. Mr. Victims, it was left at the scene as a full house. Well, time's a wasting. Get to it, Justice. Yes, sir. When examining evidence, be sure to view from all sides and angles. Try using, arrow keys and beating them to zoom in and out. Just give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. This is new. Well, hold on. That's already suspicious. What? Your Honor, look at this! One of the victim's cards. The back is different. Eh? That's impossible. But I put that card in Mr. Right's hand. Oh. Oh, did you now? What was that, Miss Orley? No. I merely said that I have eek, Your Honor. Mr. Gavin, yes? Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker? To cheat? I'll tell you. 1 million is a friend. A comrade, shall we say. Good, because she's Russian? Haha. The dealer. Ah! Wait, so you mean... This witness, Miss Orley, she's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager. Got him! Order! Order! Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. Of her mistake. I was about to say. Good order, correct. Your Honor, please record the testimony we just heard. That's impossible. But I put that card in Mr. Right's hands. Ergo, Mr. Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shaddy Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and her victim. What? What, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Mr. Olga, are you? Time for justice. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am! The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. Eek! She passed out. Got him. That's what? Mr. Payne. Brutal witness, Mr. Olga Orley. It appears she has lost consciousness, Your Honor. Mr. Justice? Your Honor, it seems you've presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time. What? I did it. I held out. We're taking a recess? I see no point in prolonging this trial this day. Prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Objection? Phoenix. Mr. Wright, you can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet. What nonsense is the defendant spewing now? Think. One of the cards had a different coloured back. Don't you wonder what it means? What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook. Ridiculous! Mr. Payne, you all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Hey! Nuh-uh! My boy would never be ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. As was said before, okay. We altered between 2 decks of cards that night. That was said before. Yeah. The 2 decks at the club have different coloured backs. Blue and red. 1 colour per deck. Why use different coloured backs? If we use the same colour, 2 decks might get mixed. You use different colours and they still got mixed up. Yeah, shut up. We used the red deck for the last game. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I think this impression that you're using the blue cards. Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards. Whatever. In the end, one card of the wrong colour got mixed, which means there was cheating. Yes, a card slipped into the deck would indicate cheating. Yet this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo? Yes? Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder. Well, yeah. Thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Shut up, idiot. Of course it was swapped. Oh. It might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or, it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? After the murder. I'd say after. Perhaps it happened after the murder. Okay, well. What's that? Ridiculous! What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly. Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible. Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible. Oh. Even about the cards a different colour? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught because, yeah, Vince would see the colour. Ah, quite true. That would mean that the blue card question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder. Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that? Who indeed? That's one mystery, but that's one of the mysteries before us. There's another? Yes, a simple, yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the blue card for a red card? Other way around. Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room alive, that is. The defendant, Phoenix, and our witness, Olga. Okay, so who was it that swapped card for the blue card? What if it was someone else? Someone else. The one who swapped the card wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Miss Olga. Well, what are you suggesting? That's hardly a logical confusion, I'll admit. As a defense, I think it makes sense for you to name Miss Olga at this point. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong colour card. And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun this all is. Fun? How about confusing? I have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it? Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. Huh? I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand, and that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us was swapping the red colour card, because the one who swapped didn't know the colours of the cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. Someone replaced the fifth ace with a king. I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in. But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist at all. True, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else tapped out of the scene of the crime. What? I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You did make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright. Hey. That's what's good about it, man. They're ridiculous. Namely, that at the time of crime there was 3 people in the room. I believe the evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption. The problem is that you chose to go to omission from this court. I suppose that is a problem, you said. Yes. Court is adjourned for the brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. Certainly, Your Honor. Oh my. Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes. April 20th, defendant's room. Yep. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I'd think you would know the answer to that. Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you have mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Justice? Yes, sir? The judge has summoned me to the chambers, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear. Is that really yours, Mr. Wright? Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. Oh, she's a cutie pie! Ah! Phoenix! I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did? No? It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. What happened? I never! Honest, but... It is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like a trial law. Figure out what your opponent is thinking and you win. Oh, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, was Orly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who'd notice that? Words, habit, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone who taught me, and now someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? Yeah, but you will. Soon. Ah, almost forgot one more thing about this case. You should know. I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my cause of steel was that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. Save by progress. Yes, sir. Okay. Continue on to the next chapter. This is a long-ass first trial. I like it. I'm a fan. April 20th, 1214, District Court number 2. Ugh. We'll call when I reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's took consciousness. Perhaps we can hear a version of the events again. That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Ah! You're the guard! Oh my god! Hello! Ugh. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify. or prosecute. Hi! Ugh. Ugh. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Okay. Very well. The witness will take the stand. That's good. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and a poorer loser. Damn. Not? Oh. She's sexy now. Jeez. My name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Finger Orley. Why is she hot now? What the hell? Oh really? Wanna know something else? I'm not really Russian. No! But my accent that I was doing. No. My last name really sounds like oh really. That's very good. There. That's the truth. I hope you're satisfied. Rest of my life. Witness, you will tell the court what you were really up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. Okay. This is good. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was playing at the Borscht Football Club several days prior to the night of the game. As a waitress. So you were in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help, just as a well-known poker player in some circles. But winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really easy. We set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut. You swapped the cards? Exposed as a cheater and losing a little bit, it would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at the cheating would cast doubt of all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. But it failed. Oh really, Orley? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree, the trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right! He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers Orley. Oh really? The witness would be much cuter if he dispensed with his evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? I'm not cute. I'm bad. Oh. I don't know. I don't like how she. I don't like that. You're through with being bad. Perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Okay. Okay. All right. Witness testimony. All right. The best laid traps. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to. Okay. And Wright lost that last hand just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone, and the trap failed. The next moment, I took a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It was that no good cheating defendant. But didn't you just admit to you cheating, not my boy? And also, why would my boy swing for no reason? The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect. If that right cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking! Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with the defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? You know, you're right. Well, I have a contradiction. to yell at you about already. Go, go, go. No, shut up. Shut up, lady. Go. Shut up. Shush. No. This one. Okay. But why? Yes, I think it's a little odd. What's odd? You search Mr. Right, I'd happily search the right thoroughly. If you know what I'm saying. Ka-chow. Which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... Oh? What was that? Wait, she touched her neck. I sense something. I mean, she's lying. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little harder? Oh, I'll press her so hard. Ka-chow times 2. Miss Orley, you're hiding something! What are you talking about? You? Me? Quick fingers, Orley? Hide something? Oh, shut up, you fucking... The defense will affect for baseless accusations! I have one question for the witness, then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it is. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Right hit him. You're lying. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? Remember what Phoenix told you? Miss Orley, yep. She'll touch the back of her neck during the certain part of her testimony. Did you not notice it? To your neck, was it? Yes. I mean, she's... Oh, what the hell? We're getting a close-up. You've got it. Whoa, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, actually. I'm very confused as well. This sensation is coming into focus. There. That twitch. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit. Like I couldn't before. Perceive. Gotcha! Okay. That's new. I don't know what that means, but that's good. Miss Orley, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get into a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of her testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. See, that's what we're talking about, man. This guy would be a good poker player. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone care to explain to me what he's babbling about? This is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have the evidence of this memory to show us. Her habit is scratching her neck when she talks about the moment of the crime. So what would remind her most of the moment of the crime? Miss Orley, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratched your neck. Scratchy, 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 scratch. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inseparable memory of you. The bottle. Take that! When she talks about the moment of the crime, touches her neck. And what reminds us more of the moment than this bottle of the murder weapon. But something doesn't fit. If you were the only witness to the crime, why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about? Wait, oh my gosh. It was Mr. Smith, the victim who was hit. Not you. Oh, she's freaking out. Shut up, you objection! There's no consideration! No crossword conjecture! Yeah, shut up, you idiot. Punch you in the face. The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant! Justice. I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. There is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Oh. Miss Orley, please testify about the detail. The moment of the crime. The very moment. Niet. She's back to being Russian. I'm knowing nothing. We know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please, now. She's back! Bah! Fine. He's the one who did it. I didn't let him out of my sight. Oh, I bet. Until the cops got there. Okay. But wasn't Wright the one who called the cops? Objection! I'm fucking on! Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. Miss Orley, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you just said. It states the police were alerted by a report from the defendant! Eh? And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. Ack! So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant. Yes. So explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely! Eek! The man who picked up a bottle and swung at it that night wasn't the defendant. It was who? I have not tried it, no. I've never tried it in my life. Oh. We're getting serious here. Showdown time. Damn, we're getting serious. You dirty cheat. Yeah? See, I just drink Dr. Pepper because it's good. Dr. Pepper makes me taste good. No, pause. Makes me happy. Fuck's sake. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Wright, and he hit me. Why did he hit you for? You submaster of cheating you turned out to be. Eek! The fuck? And then you killed him. When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. I came out that I was in league with Smith. I'd be a suspect for sure. I also hate women, so you know what, I understand. Kidding! Kidding, I'm kidding. No, I'm not kidding. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Madness! This is madness! I'm dreaming, and now you're not, buddy. It must have been me who was hit with the bottle. I fucking wish it was. It appears our prosecution is at his wit's end. Yes, that is me. That's actually me. That's what I am. It appears that our prosecution is at his wit's end. And frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin, sir? I believe that, as the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss Orley a big fat— OOOOOH! Can't call a lady fat. Come on, man. What? 3 were in the room that night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she had a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client. And the denouncement of that argument was murder. What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Well, who? Hee. Phoenix is cackling. Oh, he's back. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled we catch ourselves in the process. Phoenix? What we doing here? Mr. Wright? Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped into the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know 2 cards were being used. A 4th person. What? Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal? And we're in luck. Our clue to the criminal's real identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What? Apollo. Perhaps you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the colour of the back of the card. No. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's only one person here in our court who thought these cards were blue. Yeah, I had a question too. But why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? It's not me, I swear! Who is this fourth person? I always get put on the spot like this. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Okay. Who thought the cards in the final game were blue? Christoph, right? I think it was Christoph. Christoph surely didn't murder him, as I expected. Your eyes and ears are sharp as your hair. I was right? Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. But, of course Mr. Gavin knows the colour of the cards. How would he? So you can see the photos of the crime scene as black and white. Tell us. So you can't tell us which of the cards are blue. The ones on the floor or the table. But look. You can see the colours in this photo. Yeah, they're blue. Yes, but when I only said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim, yet it was only that a game in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honour. A competition? And it's just a witch, a silent, cuss of passions. Only the cards, their backed wreathed in a blue flame. He did say this. He did! He did! Well, Christoph? Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin! Is something on the matter? No, nothing. Excuse me, it was just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Christoph. You know, even I don't go this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous. Beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of murder? I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? Isn't he handsome? He's so sexy. Huh? There is a possibility after all. See, you're so smart. See, this is why we get along. You have a brain. They may have met that night before the game started. What are you suggesting? I don't know. What am I suggesting? Is this the truth? What Mr. Wright was taking silent about? Well, only thing to do, Mr. Wright. The defense would like to request that you testify to the court. The defense would like to request no such thing. Okay. You seem mad. Mr. Gavin? Testimonials must relate to the case. How could anything happening before that game of poker be related? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss Orley... Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is in the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Does this court, in your opinion, need to hear... Nah! Just... Nope! What if I say no, then what? I just fail? And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. Et tu, Justice, you betray me. Your teacher? I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. It's about the truth. Preach, King. Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please. He's so chill. I love him. I love Phoenix. What a handsome man. That evening, Christopher and I had dinner. We sat at this table in this photograph. Charlie Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead. Blood streaming from a cut to his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Huh? Mr. Gavin, you were at the Boys Bowl Club the night of the murder? I dined with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will, I had become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, Wright? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favour when we took on your defence. It appears that I was wrong. Very well. The defence may begin the cross-examination. Justice? Sir? He's lying, and you're going to expose him. Understood, sir. But what if he's not lying? Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Because you're naive, my friend. Okay. Appetite before murder. This is Christopher and I. We sat the photograph of this table. Walked in 5 minutes. Okay. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. But why? About this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga mentioned earlier. The plan was simple, elegant, simple. Okay. Yes. Then do 5 races during one game. Yeah, I wish I was this guy. I wish I could go feel a Phoenix fight like that. He would then pull out the planner card and the trap would snap shut. You swapped the cards. Just like that. The legend would be dashed to pieces. Yeah. Yes. A harmless prank, in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. Phoenix is just too smart. A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card you planted? Yes. I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice? The very same. The murder weapon! That's why his prints were on it! Yes. I rolled it up and shoved it in. The coloured glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like a terrific drama. A card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head approves this battle of wits. Please revise testimony. Can I check that out then? Hold on. I mean, I don't see anything in the bottle. I could just be dumb there. Fair. Okay, I guess because I can't find anything. Okay, that's awesome. Anyway. No, I think I have to present. I think I have to check that out. Maybe we check somewhere else. Maybe we check the back, maybe? The bottle is completely empty. Okay. I guess not. Okay, fine. You discovered the trap and dispose. You're very smart. Light in the bottle. I perceived my opponent immediately. I'm used to entrapment, you see. I knew it was coming. Ho ho! So you struck first. I like that. Oh. I know every trick in the book. They don't work on me. Alas, at least when you get lucky and stick your hand in your pocket, they don't. The girl was not that cold and was uncontrollable. I had to call the police. I returned. He was dead. Swimming from a cut on his forehead. That's summoned another phone call to the for Tony Gavin. I do. Fucking Nani. Okay. How did... okay, another question. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Shut up. Shush. Shut up, idiot. Wait, I figured out something. Wait. Hold on. I'm cooking. So, the fifth one. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. But when he died, he had someone put his hat back on. So, okay, I think you'd find that, okay, that maybe Finity put the card in the bottle. So we're going to present the bottle. I don't believe you. I don't see a bottle, Mr. Phoenix. Where's your card? I got him here. I was around the bottle, and I couldn't see any card. No? What? Mr. Wright, surely it isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I didn't put it in the bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a fifth person came and took it out. Oh, and a sixth person could have helped. Shut up, you idiot. Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client. My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our investigation either. We looked inside the bottle. There was nothing. So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? In any case, please continue your examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. Ew. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get the feeling we're not on a client's side anymore? Because we're not. Because he is the murderer. Okay. Now, this. I'm going to present the photo. I'll present this photo? No, this one. Another thing, Phoenix. How were you supposed to know that he was gushing blood everywhere? When he had a hat on? Yes. Take a look at this photograph at the crime scene. Okay. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think you could see blood on his forehead. Exactly. Good point. Phoenix, what do you mean, good point? Justice. Next time you point out a man's inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it. Yeah, Justice. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? What about something? I was the one who put his hat on his head. But why? Eh? You? You put the hat on the dead man's head? He walked through our entire poker game. After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright. Just like in this photograph. That's not very nice. And I picked up his hat off the floor and put it on his head. Why do you do it like that? That's what I'm saying. All I can say is, I'm sorry. Okay, Phoenix. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So, Mr. Ollie didn't see it. It bared the victim's, his head. I think not. She was out cold. I believe I was the only one who'd witnessed witness his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Ahem. Pardon. It just seems like our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey! He's still our client, isn't he? I believe there's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with inconsistencies. Yeah. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge. So he was fired. Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Mr. Wright, if you intend to tell the truth, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed a trap, I put the card at the bottom to dispose of it. When I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here. Your phone? That night, I called when I spoke with Attorney Gavin, just in case I recorded our conversation. What's this? Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back. Phoenix, you smart bastard. Christoph, I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. I don't know who challenged you. He turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard. You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should have come to that. Bone china plate? A kind of porcelain. Very smooth and shiny. And not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding for. But how did he know about the forehead? If we look at the guy, he always wore a hat. That's what I'm saying, Judge. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion and not nobody. It's not your fault, my friend. Wait a second. Something's not right about that cell phone call. So Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you. He left the Borscht Bowl Club. Most certainly. Then, how did he know? Where did he see this? Bone china pate. Oh, that's right. Yes. When indeed. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Christoph? Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Head again, I was exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would explain this to the court. Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason? The reason why you put the victim's hat back on? Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix, right? Oh, this guy's so in for trouble. This guy's in trouble now. I will have order. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor? I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's attorney's testimony? Well, as a prosecutor, Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. After which, Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well. This will be the final process for the day. Uh-oh. April 20th. Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who'd have thought today would turn out like this? May I? Oh my god, it's White! Wait, is this Phoenix's is this Phoenix's daughter? Oh my god. Hello, sir. Please break a card. What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. An ace. With a blood splatter on it. Mr. Spin noticed 3 aces and Mr. Rice had 2. It's true, I've seen it. The 5th ace. Is this the 5th ace? Just missing 5th ace. Wait. Splotch of red. Is this blood? You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to check and draw. To cut up the deck. And draw. Truth. My father's fate. It is! It is Phoenix's daughter. She's a cutie pie! Nah. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Is this bloodstained card? Is my trump card? So we're gonna... He's just gonna completely skip over the fact that that girl is Phoenix's daughter, okay? That girl. I'd seen her recently. But where? That's when I made a connection. I mean, did say my father. There she is! What a cutie pie! Nah. That was Phoenix's daughter. Bloody ace. Added to the court record. April 20, 2:45. District Courtroom number 2. The court will now reconvene. Attorney Kirchhoff, Gavin, will you please take the stand? Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, well, Mr. The witness, name and occupation. Is this fast necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing he means that he was bald? Yep. Forgive my curiosity, but what is about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it. Objection! Ah! Phoenix! He's got his theme song! Oh my god! Yes! He's back! My boy is back! Objection! Yes! My boy! Oh, yes! I'm popping off! Mr. Wright, what do you think you're doing, right? Wow, things come different from the other side. You know what I mean? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider this. This is fucking yes, dude! This is so sick. The victim's card. The victim wore the hat all night, never once taking it off except for that one time. That one time? Being an instant when he was hit. Oh. When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up, placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have saved Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer. Is what you're trying to say? Not bad, Apollo. Dude, Phoenix, you belong there, King. Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Okay. Tell us. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night. Witness testimony. That fateful night. The rage I sensed in that man that night overwhelmed me, so I returned to the club. I went down the basement and peeked through the little window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head, unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. Aha! What a coincidence. How convenient, eh? So you witnessed the murder? For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Gavin, may I remind you that you're on Wright's defense team? Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. Don't think he gives any shits. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand, after all. So you are Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Mr. Wright, you had to say that because that was the only possible window of opportunity, right, Apollo? Oh. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. This is so interesting. Richard Simpson, that man. Okay, why? That man, okay. He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that. So you knew the true nature of your client's job? Of course. But also because he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were friends after all. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. I see, what happened then? I went down to the basement and peeked in through the window to the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead. A bald head, unconscious girl, and a bottle of Wright. Hold it. Those were the only three at the scene of the crime? Yes, as far as I saw at least. And we're back to where we started. The killer was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police? Two reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright, even after saying what I had seen. I couldn't abandon my friend. There must have been something else at the moment of the crime, Justice. I just said I saw no one, not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah, yes. This mysterious fourth person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose? Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question. It's so silly. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap the cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you could show us why such a thing would be necessary. How can I show something? I can't remember, Apollo. The card that was put up was the fifth ace. There was a blood splatter on it. While the killer doesn't know what the card has been raised, can you point out to the reason? Show evidence. It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why the card was swapped out. Then go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the fifth ace? My reason is, this. Isn't that an ace? Why? Why? It's got blood on it! Right next to the spade. What? He's freaking out! This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this? Why? Could this be the missing fifth ace? Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with this card? Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl. Oh, I just realised her hat says Papa on it. That's so cute. Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade after all. No. Impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who claimed it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for? For the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime. Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo, and at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell onto the floor, and a trickle of blood flowed from his forehead down to the back of his head. Couldn't all of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood. But yet, regardless of that, evidence is non-permissible. Oh? Right! Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence. Oh. We can discuss the final points of our legal system later. What's important is that I've answered your question. Oh, what are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the scene of the crime? And now I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see. This is baseless conjecture. Baseless. Yes! And the finger point! My boy is back! Oh, I assure you it's quite based. What? It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes. Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head, picture the crime scene in your head. This is interesting. This is high tech. The murder took place in that hideout. The body was the luckless victim who was found. The body of this luckless victim was found at the poker table, and before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card that took blood on the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? There was this. What? I can't read. Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims? The killers? The witnesses? The second witness? His position doesn't fit with the bloody card. The victim. Right? The victim. Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem? I don't follow your logic, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, but then how could it he said went back. How could blood have dripped from his forehead forward onto the card? You think that would fall behind the body, not on the table in front of him? Ah, take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall onto the floor, not the cards. By the way, that's right. So what does this mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in the swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. Then it would make more sense. The chair was facing the other way. It would have to be. So we have to assume at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police, which Which way was the chair facing? When I came back, the room was facing as seen in this photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We know the victim was facing away from the time of the murder, but this creates another significant contradiction. Where was the murderer? Apollo, whose identification of the diagram contradicts our understanding of the crime? The murderer, right? Because if he was struck from the back, his face would have gone. He would have, you know, he would have. The killer would have had to hit him from because he had a cut on his forehead, not the back of his head. You know what I'm saying? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front, sitting where his indicator currently is? I would think it'd be quite hard. Yes. Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game? I believe it is a sufficient reason will soon come to light. What? There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again at the diagram. Apollo, if the victim was sitting when he was shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram. What? But there's still no room to put a mark, while the killer should be. Don't worry. Let's think it through and see what we can find. We know the victim was facing towards the wall at this time. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to figure out everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing? Here. Well, I guess the killer would have to be, here? Anything to say, Mr. Justice? Sorry. I don't late for that, I'm afraid. Fuck's sake. I was slightly wrong. Wait, no, hold on. I don't know everything's Apollo. What does your instinct tell you? We know the victim is something for sure. Maybe here then? In the cupboard, maybe? They're gonna have to be standing, well, here! You get points for flair, but that's about all you get. Ugh, I thought there was something there, too. I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Or rather, are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? Ha! It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime... Wait, I know. At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there. What's this now? I mean, that's your only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have positioned for the defense. We should have raised them in the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Bailiff, send the team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. Ah, Your Honor. What? There's one more thing you should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Yes, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I'll do my best. What did he give him? But let's forge ahead while we wait. Look at the diagram once more. It's been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here, which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. Also, the window would have been gone. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to have been as shown here. Now everything is in place. The real at the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this? What is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I do believe to be the fundamental contradiction, in fact. Huh? Oh dang! Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is it the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? Which indicator contradicts what we know about the crime? Would have had to be the second witness because, you know, he's staring at nothing now. About this cupboard. Are we all okay with assuming It was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover the window to the stairs. Ah! That's right. Someone sitting outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin! What? What did you say? Oh. Is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Don't have to play with you on the little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was. While the window to that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did you witness this crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is the courtroom of the witness, and I will have order. We just now received word from our investigating team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They was having the cupboard in hideout, Your Honor. Oh, and what did they find? Well, Your Honor, turns out there is a secret passage behind it. What? Ah, yes. I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. It's one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. I remember him saying something about that. Now that he mentions it. The secret passage is a handy thing when you're going to illegal going on. You never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. Just the room in the secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops. And a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. Oh. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Paulo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last end. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from courting the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on, say something. Dare I ask what really happened that night? Actually, I think we can probably figure it out ourselves at this point. Yeah, I'd say so. We are so on right now. That night, for whatever the reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with destiny. There he crouched hidden in the little passageway behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it. Ugh! Eek! What? Why did you do that? Wait here, I'll get help. Mr. Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving behind Mr. Shady Smith in the hideout with an unconscious dealer. Then our killer stood up in the secret passage. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He moved his chair around to look, and that's where Mr. Gavin was standing there. After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy evidence. A single spot of blood, the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cult on the floor, and the fact that they were all red! Ugh. Jeez. So Gavin is the murderer. Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. And I'm truly sorry to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Gavin. Say something. Anything. Mr. Payne? I mean, yes, Your Honor? The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Quack! Believe me when I say this, I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately. Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day that you get to witness a legendary attorney's death at firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion. This is hard time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proved anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he's done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not anyone else. Me, his own defense attorney. Illegal evidence? Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking? How do you intend to explain the fingerprint on the murder weapon? And not any fingerprints. Am I right, Mr. Payne? Actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were upside down. Yep. Oh, I seem to recall this being an issue earlier. The court, and in this case, demand an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold a bottle upside down, and that is to hit someone with the bottle. Well, Your Honor? See how the courtfish squirms to the last? Well, Apollo? Yes? Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle, still. But I'm surprised you can come up with... I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation just like that. Yeah. Just like what? Well, anyone got a bottle upside down, other than to... Don't let him trick you to thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Sorry, another? Take a look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer in plain sight. Wait, maybe, hold on. Maybe the reason his fingerprints were upside down was because they were in the crate, right? He would have, if he was passing a bottle to this guy, he would have gone upside down, then pass it to him instead of having to pass it, picking it up normally and pass it like that. That's what I would have done. How about you just say the answer in plain words? No, because then you wouldn't learn. If you hate to deliver good, I would answer questions, indeed. Well, Mr. Justice? As I haven't said that the court, and this case, demand an explanation. Don't worry, Justice won't leave until justice is done. Perhaps the attorney would care to enlighten the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprint on the bottle were upside down? This one. It's actually easier to show you than to explain, Your Honor. The place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me? On the floor? Yes. Now reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair. Ah! See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down! Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottle on the floor placed to the side of his piano bench. He would have rapidly picked up the bottle upside down several times. Wow, can't believe it was that simple. Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then too. Basically, you just used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like that was the murder weapon. Order! 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 What do you have to say about these charges, Mr. Gavin? Give it up, Gav. Gavin, give it up, man. Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? You claim that I switched the bottle. Where is your proof? Proof? Well, that's as I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you indicated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Ah, yes. I have a memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the bowling club. And here's one of the bottles in question. What? You gonna do dust that for fingerprints too? I'd be supposed to throw any on that, but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake. It's true. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Yes? Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? Wait! Leave the one with the card in it, won't it? But why? Just humour me. Mr. Wright. A bottle will solve this case once and for all. What? That's some bottle. I see it! I see it! The card! Oh my god! Holy shit, the card! There it is! Something's had the bottle. Pop! A crumpled up 5 of hearts. What's this? That card. It can't be. Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Miss Olga Orley? Yes, our little swindling Devochka. That night, I planted the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the hand just like he was supposed to. The mistress searched him, but the planted card was gone. The trap failed. Well, wait, this isn't. It is. Tell me that this is the planted card that you disposed of? The one you mentioned the piece of testimony? Yep. The very same. Yep, I took a piece of it. I found it was 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game. Disposed? Where? Empty bottle. Five of hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped, and the only one who goes on that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. You should have snapped. Oh my god, he's pissed. The lobster, no! So stupid. That is all. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix, right? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago. My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger in justice of the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? This is insane. What about me? I don't get to prosecute anymore? No, you don't, buddy. You don't get to prosecute anyone. I believe this time we finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin? He's admitted everything. The process is arresting now. I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't have a connection to the victim, did he? Not that we know of. Mr. Wright, have you anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. Battler's victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveller. An odd person to be sure. And that's all we know about him. I'll want to follow up investigation, Your Honour. Good. Mr. Wright? Yes? 7 years ago, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, our defense attorney, you, Apollo. Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. You have to set it right. Mr. Wright. Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce our verdict. The court finds the defendants Phoenix Wright not guilty. Woo! Yeah, Phoenix! Good stuff. Court is adjourned. Let's go. Easy as it. Simple stuff. 428 District Court. Defendant lobby number 3. My boy! Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. Gav, the killer. I couldn't let on myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability. Ability? Yes. It's an ability I lack. You couldn't understand that soon enough. Wait, I wonder if he means... I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment that the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. Yeah, the weird vibe you got. What was that, Mr. Wright? You just find the answer to that question yourself. The answer, right? Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin. What possible worries could he have to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn in the days to come. Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I meant to go his picture is in your locket. She's a little cutie pie, she is. Your daughter, right? That's right. She's my daughter. You know, you were right about this locket. Eh? I took this off the neck of the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So this locket did belong to him. Wait, but that's perjury. You testified, you said the locket was yours. I said another thing, actually. I might have said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And this is the truth. Wait, but then, why? Was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it? Something's the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I might be out of a job. I'll forgive an officers at all, after all. I still can't believe it. I thought Mr. Gavin get let away in handcuffs. Apollo, yes? How about coming to work for me? Oh, Wright & Co! Oh, shit! Eh? You mean at the Wright & Co law offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true. Wait, but didn't you... You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. But I'm not an attorney anymore. That incident 7 years ago. Legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man. Phoenix Wright. What happened? The case reached a sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I am not qualified to stand on a court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. Forged evidence? What are you talking about? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. One piece of evidence struck me as odd, it's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I bet this was the forged evidence. Definitely the card, right? It was his card, wasn't it? You mean this? Don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. Wright. Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left, leaving the wrong card in its place, luckily for us. Keeping the court... The court can't... It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Got him. My vote was already handed down 7 years ago. Then you really... Yes. I forged this card. One of the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that inclusive of an attorney. Who's calling as an attorney? Apollo. So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? Did I slap him? I punched him. It's a story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I could help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in if you'd like. Mr. Wright. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that!" next time I find it packs a little more punch, for fuck's sake. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. Phoenix. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I find that out soon enough. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. Wow, what a case. Well, chap, I guess that was, you know, we'll take a sneak peek at the next episode. Turnabout corner. We'll take a little sneak peek. So we're on a bike. As long as we draw breath, the wheel of fate turns. Oh, Phoenix. Nope, Phoenix's daughter. This weird guy. Spinning big crimes and little crimes together. And when the wheel stops... Oh! You die. Damn! June 15, 9:12 AM. Right and Co! We're back! 2 months have passed since Mr. Gavin's arrest. My first trial, and I lost both my mentor and my job. Yeah, I'll admit it. I was screwed. But even when I hit rock bottom, I'd hope I'd never come here. Honest. Being here, the legendary Wright and Co. law officers. Okay, Justice. Time to stop trembling. Ah! We'll be here for the interview. Right this way. Huh? Oh, hello! You found the right place! Haha, get it? Hey! What's with this girl? Well now, shall we begin? Begin... What? Right, first things first. Are these special talents? Talents? Yes, well, you must have at least one. Well, I guess... Defending? Defending. An unusual talent, but it'll do. A little dressing up, of course. You think so? Let's give it a go, shall we? Huh? Go ahead. Show me defend. Just give it all you've got. And don't hold back now. What are you talking about? I can't just defend here. First listen. A professional can perform anywhere. Thanks. We want people to be laughing with us. Not at us. Thanks. I'm not sure why they should be laughing at all. What? What do you think you came here to do? What? Defend? No? Excuse me, but do you know where you are? The Wright and Co. law officers, right? Oh! I was afraid of that. Don't worry, you're not the first. Look what's going on here. Who are you? I came here to meet with the person in charge. Well, you've apparently made no fewer than 2 mistakes. Mistakes? I got a call from Mr. Wright this morning. Perhaps you should go read the sign out the front again. Instead of read, look, it says right there. Oh. Why does it say Wright Talent Agency? Welcome to the Right Talent Agency. Well, you've always come to the right place. I'm Trucy Wright, CEO. I'm a magician. It came flooding back. The trial. That girl. Hello, sir. Please pick a card. Phoenix's daughter. That's right. She's my daughter. Yes, she is, Phoenix. Trucy, right? Here, check out our flyer. So, what's your name? Apollo. Apollo Justice, attorney at law. This is new. So, is this really a talent agency? You bet! Tardy started it 7 years ago when he quit law. Of course, we only have 2 people signed up right now. 2 people? Does that include you? Trucy, right? Which is extraordinaire. I've done a lot of stage shows, paid too. I'm a professional, you know. Right. Promise you'll come to one of my shows, okay? Let's see. Oh, and the other person our agency represents is Phoenix Wright, pianist extraordinaire. Okay. Your dad, in other words. Didn't he say he couldn't play the piano? Our agency doesn't see that as a problem. Why, there are many magicians who can't do magic. At least you're optimistic. I'll give you that. So you're you're Phoenix Wright's daughter. That's right. After Daddy quit law 7 years ago, I promised I would keep him fed. So I'm kind of his sugar daddy, get it? No. But I'm in charge of this whole office too. Pretty amazing for a young lass of 15, wouldn't you agree? 15? How old is Mr. Wright? Daddy? He's 33 at this year. Which means 18. I'm just told there's a good explanation. He must be 18 when he was a child. Who the fuck's the mother then? Because at 18 he was still at school. Okay. 15. How about Mr. Wright giving up law? It was because of that incident 7 years ago, wasn't it? Yeah? You know about that? Not the details. I remember the news though. It was a big deal. So I hear. I was trying to understand what was going on. I'll ask Daddy about it next time I get a chance. Daddy, right. That reminds me. About Mr. Wright. He gave me a call this morning to come in. He's not here right now. He's in the hospital. The hospital? Yeah. He's on a strict bed rest until he gets better. What? Okay. Which hospital is Mr. Wright in? I'll pay him a visit. Oh, the Hickfield Clinic. It's quite close. Right. Well, I'll be going now, and I'll just give this showbiz gig some thought, okay? Wait, I'll go with you. Hickfield Clinic. So, this is Mr. Wright's law office. Sorry, hospital. I can't read. I got distracted by something else. Oh my god, not Hoti. What's his name? Horty? Or something? Are you the doctor? Doctor, that's not your name. Good morning, doctor. Oh, hiya there, Trucy. Cute as ever. Is this Daddy's room? Oh yeah, kept. Except he's gone for a morning checkup. Be back soon. How are you, Miss Trucy? Any places you'd like to get examined? I don't like what you're doing with your fingers. Doctor. The nurse was looking for you. I don't like how he was doing the weird finger thing. Da da dun 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 da da dun dun da da dun. Oh. Okay. Anyway. Doctor, the nurse was looking for you. Why, if it isn't the daddy old cutest little thing in the town. Guess I'll be off then. Later, Trucy. Wow, what an odd bird that guy was. Good morning. Didn't expect you so soon, Apollo. Mr. Wright. What happened? So what happened? Who could have imagined it? Me, a victim of a hit and run. You were hit by a car? Oh, how did someone give him that? Picture me, tossed 30 feet through the air. I only stood when my head hit a telephone pole. You hit a telephone pole with your head? Are you okay? Thankfully, my only injury was a sprained ankle. What the? How? He really is as lucky as they say. Not Frucy. There's something that, well, it just doesn't sit right. I can't believe you have a daughter, Mr. Wright. And she's so big now. Not fat, but you know what I mean. Oh, she's still a child. Daddy, how many times do I have to remind you? I'm not a child anymore. But you'll always have Daddy that we got to meet, Trucy. My foot. I'm not buying it. Oh, something you should know about Trucy. She's a magician. Yeah, we've already figured that out, my boy. Not a mere stage magician. She's a genius. Hi, Danny. You'll soon come to appreciate her talent. You could just tell me things instead of insinuating them. So, why did you contact me? What could the right talents the agency possibly want with me? You need to get prickly now. Hey, I didn't ask to be dragged in like this. Huh? But didn't you come with us on your own free will anyway? Well, yeah, of course. Help! We're talking about the office. I thought someone was dying. So you don't think this is big trouble? My talent agency represents only 2 people. And one of them is in the hospital. That's right. How are we going to pay this month's rent? And the groceries? Yeah, that's the problem with such a tight operation. It's a symbiotic relationship. When one of us falls, the other one must fall. Hey, this isn't exactly a suitable conversation to be having with a 15-year-old. In any case, follow here can't help you. You have to be transferred. You have to transfer to a new school again. No, I can't. I only just made friends. How could you do this to me? To us, Polly? Huh? What? Now it's my fault? On that note, how about you come work for us? I've got a client for you already lined up. A client? I mean, I get to do my job. I get to defend in court. Alright, I'll hear what you have to say. You got him, Daddy. Hook, line, and sinker. Aha, now it's time to reel him in. It's official. I'm scared. Our client? Alright, so who's the client? Ah, yes. Here, take a look at the map and I'll explain. Last night, I left the office just before 9 o'clock. I was going to that inducting pasta joint. Al dente's, that's very funny. I play piano though, of course. I bet you do. That's when it happened. The car took me flying, nicked the telephone pole, and zoomed away. Creepy, huh? Just a tad. It's almost as creepy as hearing you tell me the story like it was no big deal. The car sped off in this direction. So, good luck. Huh? You wanted a client, didn't you? Well, I'm your client. Find the guy who knocked me to the telephone pole. Whoa, hold on. I'm a defense attorney, not a detective. Get Gumshoe to do it. Once you find the guy, I tend to sue him. Then you can stick it to him in court. I'm not a prosecutor either. I'm sorry, but this is crazy. I'm going home. Don't get so worked up. It was just a joke. Huh? Oh, Daddy. Sorry, Apollo. He just loves jokes, you know. Even the ones that aren't very funny. Okay, that's rude. Your real client should be talking about the office any time now. Office? You mean talent agency? No harm in going. It's not like I have anything to do. One more thing. Do look into my accident, would you? I marked the scene of the crime strategy on this map. It's right in front of this park. Should be easy to find. So he's going to make me investigate this after all. Yes, sir. So going back. June 15, 10:05. Right talent agency. Hey, hey, hey! How long are you planning on making me wait, eh? Ah, good morning. Hey there, Trushy doll. Sounds like your pops had a bit of a rough spot, eh? All's well that ends well, I guess. This is our client. Hey, so this is that Apollo fellow, eh? Oh, yes. The name's Apollo. Look at him in there. Arms all crossed like that, ready to fight. Yes, sir. You don't mean literally, do you? The boss told you what I needed, right? Don't let me down, Apollo. Don't worry about your defense, sir. I'm on it. Defense? You're that little half-cooked. It's safe for defense. My castle's been stormed. My keep's been kept. My noodle's been stolen. Noodle? You know Mr. Eldoon? Paulson, don't you, Polly? No nicknames, please. And no, of course I don't know him. You new in these parts? Not really. Then you know the best noodles in town. Eldoon's noodles. Whose noodles? My noodles! Help me out, Electricity Doll. Here's Mr. Guy Eldoon. He's our client. Maybe you can tell us what the problem is, Mr. Eldoon. Beautiful. Anything for you, Trushy doll. Okay, well, I was only going to have a quick glance into the story, but I got 2 investigated in it. Okay, well, chat, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. We will be back eventually. So I will thank you all very much for watching, fellas. Ah, I didn't save it. Wait, crap. I'll see you all later. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. And I will see you all later. Johnny! Blah.